Okay, so it's like, who up early in the morning arguing about fucking money? who's who's arguing about money early in the goddamn morning? So my thing is, the person who's arguing, the person who's the most pissed off, it's like they're good with money management, but it's kind of like the person who's in charge of the money is not good with money management. You know what I mean? So you know, I just kind of had to take control of the situation. You know, you can have both of what you need and a little bit of what you want. You know, you have to be careful with your money because, you know, people be trying to do witchcraft around your finances because money is an energetic exchange. Okay, it's energy. Money is energy. So individuals can attach themselves to your energy, and whatever you put out, they are receiving too, which creates a leak in your energy, quote unquote, your money. So when it comes to money, you want to be responsible. What I notice, a lot of people that do witchcraft on other people's money, it's kind of like they're not responsible people. They're not responsible with money. A lot of the times, you know, they're trying to get their addictions. And if you have vices or addictions, it's kind of like when you spend your money on that, there's an energetic exchange going to them too when they attach themselves to you. So it's like you'll pay your money out to get your addictions or your vices, but energetically somebody else is receiving it through generosity from another person. It's kind of like with using your energy, they can get what they want. So it's very important to stay focused on your priorities when it comes to your money. And even if somebody is doing like work on your money, I mean, if you stay focused on your priorities and what you need, it's more so of, you know, I mean, it's not necessarily a leak. It's really a leak when it comes to shit that is not a priority. You know, if you're focused on your priorities, then you're helping somebody else focus on their priorities. Maybe somebody needs help. You know, you know, everything when it comes to the energetic manipulation, it's all about intentions. But in my experience, you know, I had a woman and a couple of her family members, you know, because I have a lot of abundance. I have a lot of abundant energy. So, you know, they would do work in the background. You know, they would get work done on me to attach themselves to my money. So they would try to, it's like they would wait and they know that I want to get my weed. So, you know, they would create scenarios. I mean, they would just attach themselves to me. If they wanted the weed right then and there, it's kind of like I would plan, let's say I plan to smoke tonight, right? So what would end up happening is that instead of tonight, let's say they did the work during the day. Instead of me going at night, now I'm going during the day. It's harder to see it because I already know I'm going to get it. In my mind, I don't care if I get it now or if I get it later, I'm going to end up getting it. You see what I'm saying? So what I've learned is, because motherfuckers, they sit around. These people are so broke. They sit around and they attach themselves to me and they're trying to wait until I make a move. They got their cards, you know, they're trying to manipulate shit, talking to the spiritual practitioner, you know what I'm saying, trying to manipulate shit. And I mean, ever since I found out a lot of shit that was going on when I created my spiritual protection. That's when a lot of shit was revealed to me about what people was doing and how they were doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, and now it's to the point to where I can tell and I can feel what they're doing. So, you know, I kind of had to step in with this little argument or whatever these individuals was having. I feel like it's a woman and she's taking care of a man. And I just kind of feel like she's unreasonable about providing for him what he needs. Now, my thing is, I know you're kind of like, well, that's a man, blah, blah, blah. I mean, well, some women don't have a problem with taking care of their man. And then some men, they are deserving. You know, everybody is not traditional. Some situations are very unconventional. You understand what I'm saying? Well, when it comes to your union, it's not about what nobody else say or think anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever. So the situation is, this is her man. You know, so I'm hearing them fussing. I'm just like, I'm just about to step in and take control, because I'm at the store too. You understand? I know that no work is being done on me. It just so happens that I'm aligned with these people. Okay? And I can hear what's going on. Even if he's not saying something, in his mind it's combative, because it's stuff that he needs, and it's kind of like she's not being dependable. Okay? So I just kind of had to step in there and guide the situation, because I'm just like, well, I came in here, I'm not trying to spend no fucking extra money. I came in here because there's something specific in which that I need. You know, and sometimes when you're in the store, if you spend too much time looking around, you're gonna find something to get. Know what you want, know what you're going to get when you go in the store, get in and get out, especially if you know that you're tempted. Because, you know, I'm kind of a sucker for a good sale. Like, they was trying to sell this shit. They was trying to sell this shit for $4. It was on sale for 50 cents. What? This is shit I be talking about. It's fucked up out here. It's fucked up. You know, you have to value money. In valuing money, you're valuing energy. So I got 2 of them. They was trying to sell these for $4.21 last time I came in that store. Now it's on sale for 50 cents. Shit crazy out here. They always trying to get motherfuckers. So, you know. And my thing is, I don't know if he said something to her, but it's like, if he didn't say something to her, he has to speak up. Sometimes people feel like when they have to depend on somebody else, they have to act and behave a certain kind of way. You know, just don't be or act entitled. You have a right to voice your needs. You know, and it makes you resentful when your partner doesn't care. You know, that's what you gotta watch. You know, you gotta watch people. Me and my son's father used to go through that. I had to check his ass. You know, he's just like, you could go out there and get a job, right? And so then I gotta hit him with that narcissistic shit. I'm just like, look at the narcissist. Look at the narcissist that want to be vindictive when I get a fucking job, but the moment that I need some shit, the nigga talk about I can go get a job. Here go that narcissistic shit. Boy, I be going the fuck off on his ass. I used to snap on his ass. And I ain't have to do all that, but I'm just saying. Because that shit true. You want to sit up here and you want to be vindictive. Even when I try to get a job, when it comes to your job is the only one that matters in this situation. When it comes to the baby boy, you don't give 2 shits about that because you're so busy trying to work and provide. Right. I'm sitting up here trying to be a team player and you're not paying attention to my needs because you're being so fucking selfish and tight with fucking money. And you're trying to sit up here and make me suffer and go without. You got this, you got to say something. It's not about, it's about how you do it. But my thing is, when you sit there and be fake, trying to finesse a motherfucker, you build resentment. You build secret resentment and animosity towards them. Because, and I understand, because as your lover, as your partner, it's kind of like, if I need something, it shouldn't be a question. It shouldn't be a hesitation about it. You know I'm not in a position to get it for myself. You know? You can really see who somebody is too, and you can really see if they care about you for real. So, I be doing energetic exchanges because shit, we all have to. My thing is, charity starts at home. So a lot goes into my home first, and a lot goes to my son. When I found out how this money shit work and how to protect my money and what motherfuckers was doing and how they was doing it, I was like, oh, okay. So, I just be switching shit up now because motherfuckers, they want clothes, they want shoes, they want fucking drinks. Bitches, it's a bitch. She always want to fucking drink. Goddamn alcoholic. She want to drink up her goddamn money. So, that shit just be that shit just be dumb as hell. So I said, you know what? Whenever I get money, and the thing is that people don't understand. People know that I smoke, but I'm not addicted to smoking. I don't have to smoke. I get my pre-rolls from the store. It's not even real marijuana. Do you understand what I'm saying? So people, like, I had a bitch try to attach herself to me all yesterday. She dying, waiting to see how I'm going to move. Because it's like, if she can attach herself to me when she feel me move, then she think that because she got my energy, that she can convince somebody to, or she can manipulate somebody to be generous towards her. That shit did not work. That bitch got mad as hell. She sat there and tried to cling on to me for hours, waiting for me. Because she don't have no money, she broke. So she got to try to manifest and get people and finesse people to give her stuff. But her energy is so bad. This is when I talk about your spiritual currency. That shit be high, it be abundant. You know what I mean? Other individuals, their energy is so bad, they can't do anything. They can't manifest anything. So, I mean, her ass was upset. Her ass was upset. She was trying to get her man, she was trying to pull the wool over her man's eye to get her man to buy her that drink. He said, oh, hell no. That was probably their asses woke up fussing. But I doubt it. I feel like I'm connecting to somebody else. My thing is, I've taken care of men, but men have taken care of me too. So I don't have a bias towards taking care of a man. My thing is, I need you to feel good about yourself. Because if I'm taking care of you and you don't feel good about yourself, you're going to be out here lost, fucking around with other bitches. You're going to be bored out of your mind. You're going to be entertaining stupid shit. And all of that is going to come from insecurity. Because you're not working. You're not able to keep up with the rest of the world. So you feel and you think little of yourself because you're not the expectations of what a man should be. I got a son. I keep saying it. A man needs to be an individual first. He needs to know who he is first before he's looking to see what type of man he's going to be. You got to be real with yourself. You got to stay true to you. You know, that's very challenging in a world to where everybody is trying to tell you who and what to be. That's why I don't want to be in the world, because it's kind of like they want to make you want what they have to offer. And from there, they can control you. You know, people are always telling me, you know, more people should know who I am. I'm just like, no. Because if people knew who I really was and what I'm capable of, like, I got people who already know. These people, they be fucking with my social medias. They fuck with my views on my channel. Every platform that I ever had, there's always been this one hacker behind the scenes fucking with my social medias. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world will come up against one person. I'm just one person. My spirit guides can take everybody the fuck out, but it's kind of like, why I put myself in that position in the first place? I don't have anything to prove to people. There are a lot of people who are going through a lot of fucked up shit for trying to come for me right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not out here to prove shit to nobody. I will be a problem in the world. I don't want to be in the world. I want to live a low-key life. But while I live my low-key life, you know, I have the knowledge, I have the experience, the ability to be able to help and transform other people's lives. So that's what the fuck I do. That's why I'm on the internet. You know, people, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. And people have a lot to say about me. A lot of people want to call me lazy and all that type of shit. It's just like, no, you just don't know. Because you're still caught up. You don't have the truth. You're not true to you. So there's a lot that you're not going to see, you're not going to understand about me. If we revert to the Bible, a lot of chosen ones in the Bible were in the spotlight. Motherfuckers, they still had opposition. So when it comes to Jesus, they still crucified him. Now they sit up here waiting for his ass to come back, but humanity has not changed. So I don't understand why the church is waiting for Jesus to come back. That motherfucker not coming back. He's not coming back. Okay? Okay, in ministry, you learn about extraterrestrials. Jesus was an extraterrestrial, but they don't want to preach that to the church. They want to lie to the church. They want to be able to control. When it comes to Moses should have walked the fuck away. When he should have got those 10 commandments, gave it to the people, and he should have went off on his own. He continued to lead the people into the wilderness for the next 40 years. He wasn't supposed to go through that. He was supposed to walk away. You did what you were supposed to do. Now leave. When it comes to Joseph, Joseph's story turned out well. But even Joseph, after his brothers sold him into slavery, that was to show him that anybody will turn on you. So he gets into the palace. He, after coming out of slavery, he has this new quality of life. Then what does he run into? He runs into that fucking Jezebel, the queen of Egypt, that get his ass sent to jail for 20 years. After he got free, he should have just left. He should have told the king, like, he should have made a deal with the king for his freedom. You see, people think the freedom is in the richness. It's in the materials. That shit is a trap. It's always going to be a trap. But you do benefit from the materials. But the bigger picture is never worth it. He could have left, and he could have created himself to be, a dream teller. So, he could go off and create a life of his own. And if people needed help with their dreams, then they could fund him. They could receive his service, and they could pay for his service. The king was just like, I want you to be here. You see, they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't see it. You know what I mean? So when people have shit to say about me, that shit doesn't bother me, because I'm just like, I'm so above this shit. And I am, like, my perception is so much more higher than I see a lot of shit that other people don't. I have the insight. That is my gift. My gift protects me. So to where all of these people are trying to manipulate me in a positive way and in a negative way, I know who I am. When it comes to the positivity, I don't need your validation. I know who the fuck I am. Thank you. I'm glad you see it too. When it comes to the negative shit, oh, you can forget it. You're ignorant as hell. You don't know any better. So of course you're going to say what the fuck you got to say. And you can say whatever you want. It's not going to change me. It's not going to change my fucking mind. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. When you know the truth, nobody is going to convince you of anything else. How many times have you listened to your intuition? How many times has your intuition spoke to you and you overlooked it and you regret overlooking your intuition? Right. By that time, it's just too late. Right. No. So, I mean, people just don't know. Like, they don't know any better. They don't know the things in which that I know. So if they want to talk, they can say what they want to say. They're going to have to. Because it's not going to change. Shit's not going to change with me. I know shit that you don't. You sit up there, you got everything in the world, but you're still unhappy. Is something wrong with that? That's what you wanted. That's what you worked so hard for. And you still ain't happy? I ain't got to do too much. And I'm happy. I know how to create happiness for myself. I'm good. I'm good where I'm good. I'm free. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. When it comes to my music, I get to say whatever the fuck I want. If other people like it, if they fuck with it, they do. If they don't, then they don't. When it comes to my artistry, because I'm going to tell you, the art world, I've been in the world. I've already been out there. So I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. Shit is changing over the years. Well, I'm more balanced. So, I can incorporate half worldly and half outer worldly. But, when it comes to the art world and people wanting to buy your art, even in that field, they want control. Excuse me. They want control. It's too much control that people want. When I was out in the world trying to be like everybody else, I never fit in. I was never comfortable within myself, within my own skin. I was just not there. Everything that I tried to do, this shit flopped. It didn't work for me. That's not a coincidence. And it had nothing to do with my work ethic. People would look at me and they're just like, I don't understand why she's not doing it, why she's not making it. Like, what's going on? What's wrong with people? Right? Because it was never meant for me. Because then you'll sit and you'll ask yourself, how does other people do it? How are other people doing it? And see, some people, they're just like, well, if that person can do it, you can do it. It's not meant for everybody. It's not meant. One thing I know, the world will eat you up and spit you out. They'll be wrong, but for the rest of your life, they'll damage you in a way to where for the rest of your life, they'll try to make it seem like something is wrong with you. You did it. The more people that you have around you, the more blind you are. My life is set up in a way to where I can see shit. I can see how people move. I can see when they're coming. I can see what way that they're coming. When something is off. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. I can tell. I like it that way. I'm in control of me. The world does not control me like it controls most people. No. You don't have control over anything. The only thing you have control over is yourself. So, I mean, and then half of the time, that's not even true neither. So I'm just saying, you know, be careful how you let people influence you. It sucks. It sucks being with somebody who's worldly and you're not that way. You know, like you're interesting to them, but at the end, and they may love you, but at the end of the day, you know, true to yourself, you know that you're a burden to that person. And that's what they show you. That's why you deal with the resentment. Sometimes you're in a position to where you're stuck, you know, or you think or you feel as if you are stuck. So you may become very revengeful or very spiteful towards your person because you have that secret resentment. Well, I mean, that doesn't make you any better than them when you start doing that. The best thing to do is to start speaking up, standing up and speaking up for yourself. If they don't like it, then you can leave. You know, you may feel like, you know, I know that you may have built up a lot of stability materials with that person, but it's kind of like, one thing I know about people, especially women dealing with men, anything that they do for you, they pay for you, they pay for, you got to go and they're going to possess all of those things. So sometimes men in that situation, they kind of feel like they got to walk on eggshells. But in walking on eggshells, that's why you develop the resentment, because you want the freedom. And they're making you feel like you don't have the right to be free or to feel free. You don't have freedom of speech because you're not the one bringing in the money. You can't say anything because, you know, some people, they just don't respect you if you don't work. You know, like some people, it's just like, even if I work at a fucking sandwich shop, you would find respect in that versus me not working, period. You know, it's not like I'm a total bum. It's not like I don't contribute or add to this environment or this household. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't respect me. But if I worked at a sandwich shop, you would respect me more. And the thing is, you're not respecting yourself by working at that sandwich shop. Unless you want to. It's all about what you want to do. You know, you just, you know, the person you love should not be making you feel that way. They should not be treating you that way. You know, my son's father is not in love with me. That's why he treats me. That's why he used to do that to me. But when I started standing up to him, you know, shit changed. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to sit up here and act like you don't, like I don't contribute to the situation. Yeah, you got to stand up for yourself. You are valuable. Just you as a person. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of men, to where women are taking care of them, they're really big lovers. That's why she fell in love with you. But you got to be careful too, because them bitches be jealous. Because they so evil and so taken by the world. You know, in the beginning, they love you so much, you love on them so good that they want to take care of you. But then it's kind of like after a while, they start acting and treating you like you're such a burden. They start switching up on you. Then, you know, you may have her family in her ear talking about, oh, he's this and this is not what a man is and all this type of stuff, blah, blah, blah. And she will use her family because half of her feels that way. But half of her doesn't want you to know that. Because you love on her really good. She does benefit. That's why I say, you know, Uh, you know. That's why I say if I take care of a man, I just want you to be confident. Just love yourself. Don't be out here feeling like, you know, my thing is just don't be out here running women while I'm sitting up here, you know, like taking care of you and doing this and doing that. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave. And I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave you, you going to have, I'm going to leave you with everything. You going to have to figure out what you going to do with all that shit. I feel like if I do that, that gives you some way of a chance to be able to maintain or to make it. But me personally, I'm out. You know, I'm out. I don't want to be sitting there taking care of nobody and he out here fucking around. No. I don't give a fuck if you a bum. I shouldn't really say that though. I mean, but I don't, because I'm taking care of men. They were bums, you know. You know, they wanted to be at home. They want to take care of the home. They want to cook. They want to clean. I appreciate that, you know. Don't be out here getting in no stupid shit. Don't be selling no fucking drugs. Don't be having motherfuckers over to the house and, you know, you all liquored up, or you high as a bitch out here, like you're not being smart and paying attention. Protect the home, you know? Like, you know, protect that shit. If you have ambition about something, then go ahead and pursue that. But understand there's only so much that I can contribute to that, because, you know, I'm taking care of other things in order for you to be okay, for the both of us to be okay. You know, I want your opinion about stuff. I want you to voice your concerns about certain things. If, you know, I'm not taking care of the house, you're taking care of the house. If there's something that you need to speak up. You need to be able to say something. I don't have no problem with that shit. Because my thing is, you know, my son is on the spectrum of autism. He's going to, you know, he develops slowly. So he's going to be slow to leave the nest. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be slow to leave the nest. Like, I don't care about that. I want him to live with me forever because he needs the mental support. You know, I could get him into a program to where he can have assistance. You know, they have communities. I could put him in those communities. But I mean, it's all about what he want to do. Like, I don't care. If I can do it, I want to do it. But if I'm not in a position to do it, then I can't do it. I mean, I sit up here and say I want to take care of my son for the rest of his life, but I mean, I don't know. But I mean, that's what I want to do. But you just never know what the future holds. And he's his own man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I would require for him to work out. I would require that he take like classes on eating healthy. You know, I would want him to get into some like type of martial arts. You know what I'm saying? Like create your life. Create a life. Create you. You know? Just be into yourself. If somebody's taking care of your ass, be into you. You know, like get you, like make sure you're good within you wholeheartedly. I mean, that's what I think. You know, take care of yourself. Explore the world. You know, you have this time, you have this opportunity. I'm not asking you to pay for anything. I'm not, you know, explore, live. Appreciate what I'm doing for you. Shit. When it comes to a man, it's just you know, I just if when it comes to him, it's kind of like just be fucking me good, you know. and when that's over, it's over. Even if it was a situation to where, you know, I couldn't have sex with him, if I really loved him, of course, you could use that mouth. I like head. I like penetration too, but I can do without penetration. I like the head. I do. So I don't care, like, cause you know I've dealt with a lot of men, you know, a lot of older men, you know, and they can't have sex. I'm just like, well, I don't care. You got a mouth. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna wrap it up there. Until next time.